TJ, getting a pretty good start here. Nice position. You got the swing real low here. The line of extension at toe off is a little bit bent. There's the line through the hip, and there's the line from the hip through the head. We want to try to match up those lines so you can come directly through the center of mass. Here is the thigh. I didn't draw that great. And there is the shin. Shins are pretty much parallel. We're looking for an angle on that shin that indicates that we're going out and not up. If we can match this shin angle coming back to the ground, we're doing okay. So we've got this force initially. You're going to see it's going to tilt forward as you're moving through it, and you get more of this force as you move through it. But what I do like is the contact is just about under the hip. So we've got a good placement, and you can see that black mark there. So you've got the hip pretty much lined up with it, and you've got the foot underneath it. Let's take a look at that again. Here's hip through foot, and we're covering that black mark. So you've moved everything well. You've moved the hip to that point. You've got the foot under the hip to create more forward propulsion, and everything is lined up. You haven't done one or the other, so I like that. Going into the second step, we can predict that we have a high swing here. This is your issue. You tend to rush through this, and you can take a little more time as you're applying force and get this swing lower. It'll time up your extension much better. But this is a decent line. Seems to be right through the hip. We got a better line than the first step. There is your thigh, there is your shin, and that is just about parallel as well. Pretty good. Looking at the motion back to the track, seeing a little bit of knee opening as you move through this. That concerns me some, but it's not too bad. Best angle we can see, can't see it too great, but it looks like we've got the black mark somewhere around there. Looks like you've got the foot, looks like you've got the hip, and if we draw a line straight down to the track through the hip, we are in the ballpark. Not a perfect angle of the camera, but we're definitely in the ballpark.